Okay, all right, guys. So today we're gonna look at shifting supply or demand, and then possibly getting into shifting both, doing a double shift, either shifting. Shifting supply and demand. So a few things we want to do when we're analyzing a supply and demand graph, and let's go ahead and just look at that real quick. So the first thing you want to do. Wait till I get done. The first thing you want to do is just kind of draw out your graphs. So remember, we want to label everything. Supply to the sky. So you want to label your equilibrium points. And remember that equilibrium is where quantity demanded equals quantity supplied. And you label it by P sub E, right? So big P and then a little e will work. And that's going to tell you your price equilibrium, right? And then you want your quantity equilibrium, same thing, it's going to be Q sub E, right? Now, let's go ahead and we'll do an example. Is anybody familiar with fracking?
Yes.
Yeah, what is that?
It's like getting oil from the ground, oil fracking.
It's somehow getting oil from the ground, right?
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what it is. Whatever. It's a new technology to get oil from the ground, right? So is a new technology, is that a shifter?
Yes.
Yes. What's the shifter?
Quantity.
It would shift one of the quantities, supply or demand?
Supply.
Supply, right? So let's go ahead and let's do this. This is oil fracking, right? Let's go ahead and shift supply. So we've got our supply, our first original curve and then our new curve. So we have our new equilibrium point, and we want to know what happens to price and what happens to quantity, right? So what happens to price here? It went down, right? So price went down, and what happened to quantity?
It went up.
It went up, right? And so we could say that fracking oil or the new technology to get oil, right? What it's going to do is it's going to lower prices and it'll raise the quantity that we have, right? So now you're able to, with any scenario, you're able to see what's going to happen to the market based off of when we shift the curve. So let's look at another one real quick. So let's look at Chipotle, right? And is everybody familiar what's going on with Chipotle? Chipotle's had like, I don't know, E. coli outbreaks left and right? Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about now? Okay. So what's going to happen to taste and preferences? Is people going to go to Chipotle or are they going to not go to Chipotle?
They're not gonna go.
So that's going to affect demand, right? So we're going to shift our demand curve back, right? We forgot to label our equilibrium point, so let's do those real quick. P sub E, Q sub E, right? Now, Chipotle is going to do a few things, right? They're probably going to lower prices, so prices will go down, right? And then quantity will go down as well because not as many people are going to Chipotle, right? So prices will go down and quantity will go down, right? Any questions about that? And prices can go down. There could be coupons that they could send out. There could be at the market level they can lower prices as well. Questions, comments, concerns? Okay. So let's go ahead and look at the steps. I want you guys to go ahead and write these down. So what to do before the change? Label the equilibrium, and I showed you guys how to do that. P sub E, Q sub E. Then after that, you're going to determine what happened first, supply shifted or demand shifted. What's the determinant, right? Is it either one of the 5 shifters for supply or the 5 shifters for demand? And then is that going to increase or decrease supply or demand, whichever one you chose? And then afterwards, you're going to label the new equilibrium, and then you're going to tell me what happens to price. Is it increase or decrease, right? Sylvia's not here?
No.
Anybody else have some?
Uh,
Paula.
Paula, Sylvia, and Oyin.
Paula. Luciana? Spell it.
Olin, Azul.
Orlin?
Azul? Oh, Luke.
Yeah, everybody call, wait, is his last name on, no, his last name's not Azul.
His last name.
It's his middle name.
His middle name's Azul, yeah, alright.
Okay,
that's
más
it.
o menos.
Yeah.
Are you done with all your writing sounds?
Oh. I've not begun that yet.
Did you say?
They're due next Friday, I believe.
How do you price the Toronto? That's why my Coronado been panicking because of the Friday, Monday thing.
The 24th. I only teach economics. I love teaching economics. Yeah. I love teaching economics. As a matter of fact, I'm going to grad school for economics. Yeah, I really do enjoy it. It's a lot of work.
I'm a scientist, smart, but I did grad school. I always tell you, I did my second undergraduate. I had to take microeconomics.
Oh, yeah.
Like your personal thing.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of, you know what, they make it, they do a lot of calculus and stuff. Make it a little bit harder than it needs to be.
Wow. It's crystal
I
clear.
like to walk around and I see, because I want to see like,
Did any fish
ISD,
die?
they don't spend it quite
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause you just do it, like you're just sitting in.
in Sequoia and Australia, they're required to have.
Oh, really?
So my content tells social studies and English.
Yeah.
So I love social studies.
Yeah.
English, government economics, I love it to death. Because it can be, I always feel like, what can I apply to real world? I can make it real world. I can hit them in their face and see.
Yeah. How it works, yeah.
And,
Alright. Alright guys, so we're gonna look at these 5 different scenarios and I'm gonna have you guys do the shifter. Now remember to apply the supply and demand analysis, right? So you're gonna first, what happens before the change, then you're gonna do the actual change, shift the curves and everything, and then tell me what happens to price and quantity after we've made the changes. So you're gonna have 5 separate graphs, and we're gonna go over those as soon as you guys are done. Cool. Gunnar, can you?
Why does it always have to be food? Make us hungry.
Yeah. Right?